guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm Interest. How are you? I hope you all are fine and welcome to a new video. I hope आप लोगों को thumbnail देखकर थोड़ा बहुत तो idea हो गया होगा कि ये video किस बारे में है. So in this video I'm gonna tell you about that how I went to the detention center here in Turkey and why was I about to be deported to Pakistan. So I'm going to tell you from the beginning till the end every single thing that that happened with me and all the shit which I went through. So without further ado, let's start the video. If you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please go and subscribe and then come back and watch the whole video. So go and subscribe. Okay guys, so now I'm going to tell you the whole story के असल में हुआ क्या था. So मैं आपको little bit of background बता दूँ, little bit of, I think I should give you a synopsis of the whole situation. So जब मैंने अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी चेंज की थी from Ishaq to Qadihaz, my father knew someone and he gave the reference of two brothers that they are also coming here in Turkey for masters and they also want to find some flats. So it's better that me and we all find this flat together and live there. So I was like, okay, I don't have any issue. So they came here to Turkey and they found some flats and then they found a flat where we lived for 2 years. दोनों भाई थे, their degree was ending, so they told me that we are going back to Pakistan, so now what you have to do with the flat. So मुझे मेरे अंकल ने कहा था कि you don't have to leave the apartment, you won't find an apartment like this anywhere, so it's better to just keep living in it and you just have to pay the monthly rent to the owner, that's it. हम लोगों ने owner को बता दिया था that they are going, they are leaving, now I have to give you the flat, rent. And he was like, okay. Every almost in the end of the month, the owner started to say, okay, leave the apartment. And the next month, he used to take the rent again. If I'm living, I'm in the university, I don't want to think about that what's happening in my flat. मुझे personally भी बहुत like issue आया था because you know when I am responsible of the whole flat, so मुझे फिर जो मेरे flat में लोग रह रहे हैं, मुझे I have to like take care about them as well, that are they living like proper. So then again the owner asked me to leave the apartment and I said to my uncle that I don't want to like keep like I don't want to keep this apartment like more because like I'm done with this thing. If he's asking me to leave, I will leave, I don't have any issue. And मैंने जो अपना rent देना होता था, I always have to give him rent 5th of every month. So he told me to leave the apartment at I think 29 something and I only had 4 or 5 days and my midterm was going at that time. तो खैर मेरे लिए बहुत टफ सिचुएशन था, हेक्टिक सिचुएशन थी. फाउंड अ रूम, it was a sharing room, I have to share with some person. The rent was like good and it was 15-20 minutes away from university and I talked to my parents and my friends as well, okay, what should I do? And then they said like it's just 15-20 minutes away from the university and after 2 months we are having summer vacations, so you just have to leave the apartment. So just take that and after summer vacations when you will come back you can think about some new place. So I was like okay. खैर मैंने उनको बता दिया कि I'm leaving the house and everything and till 4th morning I shifted my whole stuff from my apartment to my new one. And मेरी 2-3 चीज़ें रहती थी. एक इंटरनेट की डिवाइस रहती थी in Turkey. If you have the internet, if you install an internet device, you have to give it back to the respective whatever the company, otherwise they're gonna charge you for that as well. So मेरी एक इंटरनेट डिवाइस रहती थी, 2-3 छोटी मोटी चीज़ें रहती थी उठाने वाली. I went back to my apartment and my uncle also went कि उन्हें थोड़ी बहुत चीज़ें उठानी थी और मालिक मकान साहब को थोड़े बहुत इशू थे कि ये ऐसा क्यों है, वो ऐसा क्यों है. एंड हालांकि जिस तरह उन्होंने हम लोगों को अपार्टमेंट, द वे ही गेव मी द अपार्टमेंट, आई लिटरली रिटर्न हिम लाइक आई थिंक सेम एज इट इज. मालिक मकान को हम लोगों ने बताया कि हम लोगों ने सारा सामान ले लिया, वी जस्ट हैव टू टेक फ्यू स्टफ एंड दैट्स इट एंड वी गोना गिव यू द कीज. एंड ही सेड ओके, he said you have time till 7. We said okay. So I went to the apartment and my uncle was also with me. We were just taking the stuff and we were just about to leave. Then 2 people came and they were like I think from Uzbekistan and they lived in the 4th floor of my building. So they came and I was asking you why you came and do you need something, are you renting this, etc etc. Obviously I can just leave the apartment like that. I have to lock it and I have to give keys to the owner. So I was just waiting for them to leave and they were just coming, they were taking the pictures and everything and they called someone and I think they called the owner because after like 3 minutes the owner came and he had a screwdriver in his one hand and a wrench in his other hand and he just came shouting and he like did nothing. He just came and slapped my uncle, and then he started assaulting him with the screwdriver and the wrench, and I was like shocked for a minute. I couldn't process that what's happening, कि हुआ क्या है, and मैं इतना हैरान था, मैंने कहा हो क्या रहा है, मुझे तो like process ही नहीं हो पा रहा ना थोड़ी देर के लिए ना. I was like what the hell are you doing? And obviously मुझे मेरी टर्किश इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, मेरे अंकल की भी टर्किश तो खास अच्छी नहीं है, like he just knew थोड़ा बहुत जिससे वो अपना बिजनेस का काम कर सकते हैं, उससे ज़्यादा उनको आई थिंक टर्किश नहीं आती. I was asking him to stop, like, what the hell are you doing? And both those Uzbekistani men, they were just standing there, just watching. They weren't doing anything. Like, they are watching a person assaulting other person, physically assaulting other person, and they were just, like, literally standing there like a statue. खैर मुझे मेरे अंकल ने कहा कि लाइक यहाँ से बाहर जाओ, भागो बाइक की तरफ. एंड मैं दूसरे कमरे में गया, मेरा बैग और मेरे फ़ोन पड़े हुए थे वहाँ पे. थैंक गॉड मैंने दिमाग में आ गया कि मैं अपना फ़ोन उठाऊँ, बिकॉज आई हैव टू कॉल द पुलिस. मेरे पहले जहन में ये बात है कि आई हैव टू कॉल द पुलिस. तो मैं भागा भाई, मैंने अपना फ़ोन उठाया एंड आई वॉज जस्ट अबाउट टू लीव द अपार्टमेंट. अंकल आगे भागे थे, उनका खैर चश्मा टूट गया था, चश्मा का हिस्सा उनका उधर भी पड़ा हुआ था. वो आगे थे, वो बाहर निकल रहे थे, मैं पीछे था. एंड आई एम गोइंग लाइक थ्रू द स्टेयर्स, एंड जाते जाते उस डैश मारने मकान ने मेरी एस के ऊपर ही किक मी सो हार्ड दैट आई डोंट नो, लाइक आई वाज स्टार्टेड, like right now I am laughing thinking about that the way he kicked me. But at that time, like I was so horrified with the whole situation कि भाई क्या हो रहा है, because मैंने कभी इस तरह की situation पाकिस्तान में भी कभी डील नहीं की. And जल्दी से बाहर गया, I just ran outside, I called immediately called the helpline, and I told them that this has happened, this owner is attacking us, we need help immediately. So they were like, oh yeah, we're coming, where are you, just give us the address. I told them the address. They said just hide somewhere behind the car or something, don't go in front of the owner, we are just coming, we are sending help. मैंने कॉल की, आई थिंक आई कॉल एट 7:30 समथिंग. मैंने एक दफ़ा कॉल की, मैं हम लोग गाड़ी के पीछे जाके छुप गए, देयर वाज सम पार्किंग एरिया एक्सेट्रा. अच्छा, ओनर साहब बाहर आ गए, 10-15 मिनट गुजर के ओनर साहब बाहर आए एंड ही जस्ट लेफ्ट. मैंने दोबारा कॉल की, मैंने कहा कि लाइक वेयर द हेल आर यू. ओनर पहले नहीं गया था, ही वाज इन द अपार्टमेंट. आई कॉल देम अगेन दैट वेयर द हेल आर यू, वी नीड यू गाइस, like we are being attacked by a person, so we need your help. And they were like, yeah, we just sent someone, they're coming, you know, it's Istanbul, you know the traffic. Although it was like 8 in the night, and in my area we didn't have that bad traffic. I literally called 7 times, and they were saying, yeah, they're coming. And after like 30 to 40 minutes later, a police car came. There was no siren on. It looked like they were just like going on some date or something, you know, they were like so chill. They came and they asked what happened. I told them, and then they asked the number of the owner, and they talked to them, and the owner obviously said that I did nothing like that. So उन्होंने कहा कि what do you want to do now? If you want to do report, you have to go to the police station and you have to write a report there. We can't do anything right now. And I said, okay, we have to. Okay, I said like we have to go to the police station. Tell us where it is. They gave us the location, and the police station was literally 10 minutes walking distance away from my home. And like it took them 30 minutes to come from the police station, and they were in the car. Went to the police station, and then they asked us to go to the hospital first, give your medical, and then come back. We went to the hospital, we gave our medical. We have to wait 2 hours. ये सारी रात की बात है. And I think we were free from hospital around 2 something in the night. So I just went to my uncle's home, and we slept there. And next day we went to the police station, and we told police everything that this has happened with us, and we just want to write a report. फिर उन्होंने कहा कि अच्छा आपने रिपोर्ट लिखवानी है, we need a translator. Without translator we won't be able to write a report. And I said that I don't know anyone here who knows Turkish. How can I arrange a translator? And they said we don't give a shit about it. You have to arrange a translator. And I said okay. Then मैं अपने दोस्तों से पूछ रहा था कुछ कि किसी को जानते हो जो ट्रांसलेट कर दे. आई कॉन्टेक्टेड माई इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट like department of my university के I need a translator, and they were like okay, we are gonna like look for it, etc. मेरे अंकल भी लोगों से बात कर रहे थे. खैर हम लोगों का ट्रांसलेटर अरेंज नहीं हो सका. एक हुआ था, उसने कहा था मैं कल आऊँगा. I went back to the officer there, and I told them that I couldn't arrange the translator. Can I come tomorrow again with the translator? And then he was like, no, wait, I'm going to arrange the translator for you guys, no worries. And I thought for a second that wow, like how good are they? They're trying to help me. arranging the translator, although they said to me that okay, arrange it by yourself, but they are helping me now. So I think they are taking it seriously because I'm a student and etc etc. The translator came at 7 something in the evening. ट्रांसलेटर आया, ओनर आया, खैर उन्होंने the translator उसने सारी उनसे बात की, we just explained her every single thing, and then she was on our side. She literally saw the owner and she said I could tell from his face that he is a fucking liar, and she was on our side. And then she explained everything to the police and the owner, I think, but we weren't sitting together, like we didn't know what owner said, and the owner didn't know what we were saying. But the owner was sitting in the office of the police, like the head of the police at that time, and they were like literally laughing and eating and stuff. And वहाँ पे मुझे थोड़ा सा अजीब लगा कि what the hell is happening there, why the hell are they like eating and laughing and like enjoying in the police station, like they are being accused of attempt to murder and no one gives a shit about it. खैर सारा कुछ हुआ. And the owner was leaving the police station. In like before leaving, he gave me a bloody smirk, and like I couldn't forget his smirk. And seeing that, and I felt like something is wrong, and I told to my uncle that something is wrong, and I think that he made a deal with police or something, because the way he gave me the smile, he knew that he's out of this and we are like stuck in this shit. And my uncle was like, no, you are like overthinking, etc. Nothing is like that, you're just overthinking it. We were sitting, the one of the worker of the police, like he came and he gave us our kimnik, which is the national identity card. Here without it आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पे. And then after like 5 minutes he came and he took it back from us, and he said that we need it back because you're gonna stay here for 2-3 days. It's for like mandatory for all the international people living here. It's just for your own safety. We don't want anything like this happen to you guys again. It's for your own safety, and you guys are gonna have like your phone, internet, everything available. So it's just like you have to stay here, etc etc. And they tell this to translator, and then translator said that everything's gonna be fine, you don't have to worry, etc. And then if you guys need me again, I can come again. So she just left, and it was I think 11 in night. I was talking to my friends on video call, and at 3 something, and हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, and one of the police officer came and they asked me to give me back my phone, and I said okay. मुझे थोड़ा सा हुआ कि why the hell they are asking for my phone, but then I just gave. I thought like maybe it is required, and I just gave them my phone. And then they asked me to go and ask my uncle to give my phone as well. So I went to my uncle and I told him that they are asking the phone, and he said like what the hell is happening, like they shouldn't take our phone, like that something is wrong. And then he immediately texted his wife. Obviously he's talking to his wife, and he just said her that he just gave her all the documents of like all the proofs we had. And then उन्होंने कहा कि भाई tell my father that like this, we are in this situation, and tell my friends as well we are in this situation. They're gonna do something because I think that they're gonna detain us. My uncle उनको पता चल गया था कि हमें detain करने लगे हैं. And in my family, no one knew that what's happening with me right now except my elder sister. She was the only one who knew, and my friends. That's it. Just took our phone, and then they asked us to sit. And after some time, the police came and they asked us to. They said we have to go somewhere, and they put handcuffs on our like hands. And that was one of my dreams of my life, to like have handcuffed like once in my life. And after coming out from this like whole situation, I have like realized, and I have decided that I have to increase the level of my dreams, like in a very good way, not in a bad way. Like these type of dreams are not to be like dreamt of. They put handcuffs, and then they took us to a place. We were asking them, why you're handcuffing us, like we are not the criminals, like why? And they said like it is necessary, it's a part of the protocol and everything. So till then I didn't thought that the whole situation is too serious. They took us there, and then they take our fingerprints, and they took our like criminal photos, like we saw in the movies, that like front profile, side profile, etc. Then they when we went back to the police station, we stayed there night, and the next day they took us again to the hospital. And literally I felt that was like the most shameful thing happened to me, that I have never ever in my life felt that much ashamed. Like literally there were like thousands of people in the hospital. I was going there as like handcuffed, and as if I'm like a thief, I'm a rapist, or I'm like a fucking smuggler or something. But I was like trying to act cool and like chill. Okay, like it happens, etc., etc. We went back to the police station and they asked, they gave us gave our mobiles, etc., and then asked us to put it in the bus. There was bus standing outside, and I went to the bus and there were like other people sitting as well. They were from different nationalities, and then I realized, okay, Sarad, this thing is not as small as you were thinking. This is something huge, and you should not be that chill. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong, because in the bus, all of the people were like someone was illegal, someone was like they like overstayed, etc., etc. So they were like proper criminals, okay. But like in that proper criminals as well, like they were like children as well. They were like mothers, daughters, like whole family as well. So मुझे थोड़ा सा डर लगा कि मामला जो है ना वो थोड़ा सा सीरियस हो गया है. इट्स नॉट दैट easy as it was looking before. Then they took us to the detention center. We went to the detention center, and then they took our phones as well, and then they asked about like medical conditions. Do you have some problem? We said no. Then they sent us to the whole like detention area. So the male and female detention area was like almost like together, but there was a wall between each other. So like if the families want to talk to each other, they can, but there was like small hole from where they can talk. There was no like physical access, and the detention center was like, there were like rooms, container rooms, and big walls, and we had like a small area in which they had just rooms and toilets. That's it. And you know, like type of detention centers that you see in the movies, it was exactly like that. And I went inside. There were like almost 50 of like different people of different nationalities, and they had like different issues, but no one was like a terrorist or like a drug dealer or something like that. Like everyone was like someone overstayed, someone is illegal or something like that. We went to the detention center. They gave us like something to eat. It was like a plain dry bread. It had one thin slice of cheese, that's it, and this much bottle of water, and that was our dinner. I just ate, and then I went to the room and I slept. Obviously I couldn't sleep the whole night. I was just like laying down. Next day we were just staying there, and I think it was Tuesday, and we had like our side trip on Tuesday, and I was sitting outside in the corner, and I was thinking what my friends would be doing right now, what my parents would be doing right now. Do they even know that I'm here? Like how they're gonna help me? One thing I knew for sure, that if my father's gonna know about it, he's gonna do something, and he's gonna do like everything in his access to take me out. The police were coming, they were taking people's names out, and they were going outside, their lawyers were coming, etc. So I was waiting for my lawyer to come. So I was sitting like beside the main gate, like on the floor, and I was just looking at the gate, and I was just waiting, and I was just looking at it, and I was just waiting for my lawyer to come. And in my head there were thousands of things going on, that what my friends would be doing, what my parents would be doing, does my mom even knows like how the hell she's like taking this whole situation, and how long I'm gonna stay here. Like would I be able to go back or no? There was a thousand of stuff going on in my mind, and I was really depressed that day, because the time wasn't passing, and I couldn't explain the whole feeling which I went through, and I can't explain that in words. After the evening, they usually told us that you can't like you can meet your lawyer, so you have to wait for the next day. So I was just hoping for the next day, if that my lawyer would come next day. Although I was a little bit you can say कि मुझे थोड़ा सा था कि यार मेरा lawyer नहीं आ जाया, because I was thinking that my lawyer would come today. मुझे थोड़ा सा दुख हुआ था कि क्यों नहीं आया यार, क्या हो रहा है बाहर, कुछ क्या हो रहा है. I couldn't talk to anyone, I didn't know what's happening. So मैं चला गया सोने के लिए रात को. उनमें से like उनमें से like एक person था, he was from India, and he also got like falsely accused and got into detention center. So उनका लॉयर आ गया था, और सुनने में आया था कि he was about to be like उनको निकाल रहे हैं वो detention center से. So I just wrote my father's number on the packet of Colgate, and I just tear it up and gave him, and I just like requested them that please, when you go out, the first thing you have to say, you have to do is contact my father and tell him that without lawyer I wouldn't be able to come out. So please do something about it. So he said I would. Here I went back. I was really depressed. I went to sleep, and then I was sleeping, and suddenly my uncle heard like our names, like his name, and after his name my name used to come. So he heard our name. I just took my stuff. I just have my jacket. That's it. So I just took my jacket and I just ran outside, and then they asked us to came out from that like compartment. We had like a big door, so they just asked us to come out. So उस जगह पे all the people standing whose lawyer came that day. So मुझे थोड़ी सी उम्मीद आई कि अच्छा हम लोग शायद छुटने लगे हैं. फिर उसके बाद they called more people. There were like total 20-25 people, and in that there were like people whose lawyer came, and there were people who were illegal as well. So I was in like mixed situation at that time, that what's gonna happen? Are they gonna leave us, or are they gonna shift us to like bigger jail or something? Then they asked us to pick our stuff, our phones, etc., and then they took us to medical center. The doctor asked, did someone hit you and anything? They said no. So one of the person in that group, it was his second time, and he told that last time when they were leaving us, this whole situation, like this whole procedure happened last time as well. So I think they're gonna leave us now. And I got happy, but I didn't want it to, like have false hope. So I was just waiting for the moment I'm gonna step my feet outside the whole territory of the detention center. Until then, I wouldn't have like any hopes that I'm gonna get away from this whole situation. Okay. फिर वो हमें ऑफिस में नहीं गए. They gave us like a document in which it was written that this person is legally here, nothing is against him, etc. And I think it was around 10 or 11, 12 or 1 at night. We went out, we took the taxi, and we just went back to my uncle's home, because मैं अपने नए घर नहीं जा सकता था, बहुत लेट हो गया था. मैंने अपनी रात वहाँ गुजारी थी घर. And the main thing's gonna happen कि behind the doors हुआ क्या था. So behind the doors ये हुआ था कि when we went to the police station for FIR, the owner had some political influence, so he asked the police not to write our report. So the police wrote their report, and in his report he told the police to write that we stole his furniture, which was around, I don't know, like 1 million lira or something like that, and we just sell it illegally. And on our contract it was clearly mentioned that when we rented the apartment, it was unfurnished, so the claim didn't match. So he was forcing the police to detain me and then to deport me. So once when I will be deported, the whole case would be just like finished, because मैं जब हूँ ही टर्की के अंदर तो केस किसके खिलाफ लड़ेंगे. So he was forcing the police to deport. Sources he gave number to IG police of Turkey, of Istanbul or something, like IG police of Istanbul, and then my father was in direct contact with them. So he told them this whole situation कि ये हो रहा है, and then that our FIR isn't even like written in the police station. So then they wrote a counter FIR against the owner. He did this, and he like physically he like assaulted us, and he like tried to do like attempted murder, etc. So now the situation was that there was an FIR on us by the owner, and then we did the FIR on the owner. So there was like 2 FIR. So we did the counter FIR against the owner's FIR. So then they talked to the owner that your FIR is not gonna work, because when we'll go to the court, they're gonna on the first hearing they're gonna just like close the case, because your FIR doesn't even make sense. They have all the proofs, like we have all the proofs, so he's gonna get in trouble. So the police asked the owner to take back his FIR, and then they asked my father that, do you want to pursue this case, or do you want to just end it right now? And then my father said that I want to end this case right now, and that was like the wisest decision my father could take, because I personally also don't want to like they wanted to pursue that case. So my father took the case back. He took the case back. My documents were ready for deportation. I was just about to get deported. Like I think a day after 1 or 2 days, I was just about to be deported to Pakistan. My documents were all ready. And then my father talked to them, and then after they hearing all our situation, and then they just like cancelled everything, and then I came out. And then this whole situation, my aunt told when we were eating dinner, I think at 3 or something, after getting bail from the, not bail, after like getting released from the detention center, she just told that this whole situation happened. And I was just surprised at how the hell this can happen. Like, I went to write a report, and the police didn't even wrote my report. And then after that, I was so like done with this whole situation, and like I'm not gonna stay here in Turkey anymore. After my education is done, I'm just gonna leave this country. I don't want to stay more here. Like, I would never ever think of like living here as like a normal person. What all happened with me. But in this whole situation, I want to thank few people who supported me a lot. One was like my uncle. He also went through a lot because of me. Then my father and all the people who supported, who were involved in this case, and my friends, like, they played a very 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 important role in that whole situation. Because as I told you, my midterms were going. My friend, my like student ID was open in his laptop, and he just like finished my assignment and submitted by himself. And one thing, I knew that he's gonna do that, because I was thinking like what's gonna happen about my midterms, and I knew that Akbar is gonna do my assignment and he's gonna submit it. I don't have to say him that, because like he is that type of friend that who'll take your back. Zaima and Taz, they were continuously talking to my sister and getting updates of what's happening. Marke and Safia, they texted me personally that, bro, where the hell are you? So guys, if you're watching this video, I am really 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 thankful for you guys, like all the support you showed me. And that's it. I hope you guys like my today's video. I know it's getting too long, and just bear with it, guys. I try to tell you guys the whole story as like like as fast and as small as possible, like as short as possible. But that's it. So if you like my today's video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell icon so you get the notifications of my next video. I'll see you in next vlog or video, I'm not sure, but until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.